Friends, good morning, everybody. This is Shamul here. I want to bring today one important, very kind of a fascinating story of racism. We all talk about, we are very qualified, we are all belong to 21st century with modern knowledge and wisdom, many things. But there are certain things probably which are not able to remove from this society yet, which is the fairness. Somebody is treating somebody black, somebody is treating as if white. So this is all part of the racism I talked about many times. So how much knowledge and wisdom you have when it comes to your personal life, probably one is very much serious and one is having his personal agenda. So we talked about holistically about many think that all are equal, black and white or brown, all are same. So we talked about all those things theoretically in practical life till date. Those things are very much there in the society. Either you talk about great American civilization until date, you have the racism. If you talk about the Africa, Nelson Mandela, or for American history, John Abraham. So those people, they have fought against racism to bring down few things, but till our society is a kind of a orthodox society. Even if you go to Australia, even in Europe, so those things are very theoretical thing to talk about, that racism is not there, but racism is very much there in the society. And if you talk about 15-20 years history, you have the civilization. There are many ways people have been utilized as a kind of the black people. They have treated in a different way in different time zone. They have treated them as slaves. So it is known to everybody. There is nothing to hide about it. But in present day, thinking about all those things, after great philosophers starting from Rabindranath to all those people I talked about, Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, many people, they talked about many issues. But when it comes to in a society for application, there are a number of hindering factors, right? We are not able to stabilize these genetic things like who is black and white, who is white. Even the British people, they have taken a major role in differentiating black and white, and they have tried to rule the whole world on that basis of this thing. Then brought the religion and they brought the divisions. Many ways they have tried to do it. Similar way, American civilization is not away from this thing. It is very much there. And all the American great president, so many president, they have their slaves. So I'll talk about many issues about their in their personal life. When an American president is coming from the black domain, so while they are marrying in their personal life, I'm not naming over here, they are very choosy in selecting the whites. So the whites who is having the Negroes at their home. I'm talking about those 18th, 19th century, like those centuries are very important. So you are keeping slaves at home, and this has happened in American history. I will come back about the whole lot of things. So in Africa also, it is the same philosophy of while coming to in selection of certain things, and society is a very complex. I talked about Mahatma Gandhi in many times. Mahatma Gandhi is talking about, he is very much unhappy and annoyed when he was thrown out from the first class train compartment in South Africa while he was there in 1895, close to that time probably. He has been brutalized by many peoples. Friends, I was talking about those Mahatma Gandhi issues. Sorry. So he talked about the issue of his racism, that he was feeling bad, but the recent studies reveals, and it was very much evident that he was not following the true spirit of his fighting against the racism was not there. It is he has got the imbalance role. He was treating the Indians as little better off than the African. So those things are there. He has done it. Now people have portrayed him in a different way in modern day, say as a kind of a crusader of racism, and he has given his idea and thought about to fight against all those things, but those are not the facts probably. So even the Nobel Foundation, the Norwegian Nobel Foundation, is talked about Mahatma Gandhi is the imbalanced view of the racism, the black and white. So those things are very documented thing, and he has not got the Nobel Prize because of his imbalanced role. And being as a leader, that is a different thing. His critical view, how much leadership quality he has got or not, that is the Nobel Foundation has given the review. I have made a video, separate video of what is their remark on Mahatma Gandhi. There only one remark on Mahatma Gandhi is there. He is a biased person in terms of while racism is coming. He is again categorizing, like compartmentalizing the African Negroes and Indian black people. They are better off, and he has advocated jobs for the Indian Negroes. He has taken many people, 800 people from India to South Africa. So those are the things probably has to be understood, and there are a lot of history documentation is there to suggest that Mahatma Gandhi is not a kind of a balanced while his views on racism is concerned. Racism and skin color cannot be separated. Even I talked about Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's wife she's from a very rich family. So they have the culture of keeping Negroes at home. And there is a conflict in White House. I want everybody to get into the history of Abraham Lincoln domain, that what had happened over there. So there are many American presidents, I told you, they have kept altogether 12 American president, or the big post what was holding, they are keeping Negroes at their own home. So those are very kind of a contradiction of when you are trying to come out from this black and white conflict, that everybody is same in equality. Forget about the marriage and all. Till in America you have the same racism. You have so much knowledge and wisdom and everything, till those things are very much there in the part of society. And because of that you have many activities, that is the fight between the black and white, the kind of inequality is still in there in US. There is gun culture, there are many things. So I don't like to get into that topic. What I was actually trying to get into a nice song of Rabindranath Tagore. Let me talk about Rabindranath also a little bit. He's talking about this song, Krishna Koli Ami Tarei Bole. First we listen this song, then I'll come back to you.
Krishna Koli Ami Tarei Boli.
Right. Krishna Koli Ami Tarei Bole. Black.
Kalo Tare Bole Gaer Lo.
She's a black girl. Village people are telling she's a black one.
কালো হরিণ চোখ গোমটা মাথায় ছিল না তার মোটে মুক্ত বেনি পিঠের পরে লোটে গোমটা মাথায় ছিল না তার মোটে মুক্ত বেনি পিঠের পরে
First you listen in Bangla, I will explain in English.
তা সে যতই কালো দেখেছি তার কালো হরিণ চোখ, কৃষ্ণ কলি আমি তারেই বলি।
Okay, now probably there will be repetition. I talked about only 2 lines. It's very important. Now,
ডাকতে ছিল শ্যামল দুটি গায়, শ্যামা মেয়ে ব্যস্ত ব্যাকুল পদে, কুটির হতে ত্রস্ত এলো তাই। আকাশ পানে হানি যুগল ভুরু, শুনলে বারে মেঘের গুরু গুরু। আকাশ পানে হানি যুগল ভুরু, শুনলে বারে মেঘের গুরু গুরু। কালো তা সে যতই কালো হোক, দেখেছি তার কালো হরিণ চোখ, কৃষ্ণ কলি আমি তারেই বলি।
well, this is a song from Tagore song. Probably if my audience probably may not be aware about who is Tagore. He is a Nobel laureate in 1913, got Nobel Prize for his great writing Gitanjali, collection of Bengali poems of spiritualism, knowledge and wisdom. Many things he has written. So he has written this song also, Krishna Kuli Ami Tarei Boli. He's talking about a small village girl. Krishna Kuli means skin of her, color of her skin is black. But from his poetic views, he has seen the black eyes like a deer's eyes, kind of. If you compare, like, no, his expressing this girl is very beautiful one, even though she is black. So this is a very kind of a poetic thing what Tagore is talking about. My purpose is not analyzing this song. My purpose is somebody is writing a song. It doesn't necessarily reflect the true character of this person. I want to convey that part. You can be of a kind of a holistic in nature while you are writing many things. Your thought process might be very good in writing all those things. Your poetic thoughts might be given or driven into that direction what you are writing about the whole lot of things. One, it is something like you are acting on a dais. You are acting on a dais, and those dais are very, very kind of a thing where there is some script. It is there, those script to be written in a different way. You want to put your thought process, the original thought process. Now the question is how much one will be able to achieve it or not. That is a kind of a $1,000,000 question. I talked about many things about your idea level. Idea can be of a great idea. The idea can be somebody, anybody can write a great idea about the whole lot of things, about the society, about many issues. But what is more important, essentially, what you follow in your personal life, that is more important. So I talked about in my many videos what is the difference between a nice person, if society is recognizing, writing a good thing about the society, his views and idea. Similar way, if somebody is a killer of 20-30 people, this same person is also talking about society in a very nice way. My question is simple: if you do not consider the background of two individuals, one is very intellectually sound and another is a kind of a person, is a killer or murderer, he is also writing the same philosophy, whether society is going to give the two individuals in the same position. Because when you talk about the idea, that is what my concern and question. Here I am talking about Rabindranath in a different way. Rabindranath talked about this Krishna Koli, color and many things. He has seen the beauty in it. So those beauties are his personal choice. But in society, when he was fighting the class system, the racism, he is talking about his literature in Gora Upannas. He has talked about those things. those things are very clear. He is not able to come out with a very kind of a solution that how and which way, because as I have told you, society is complex. Our Aryan civilization, that how the society is been splitted into based of works, your Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, based on the works, the kind of work you do it, the society is divided. But how this concept has taken and in a different shape, in a religion shape. So after that, there is a views from Mahatma Gandhi I talked about. Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath are of two different views. Mahatma Gandhi, he has promoted kind of a religion that the lower caste people, Harijans and all those things, he is not able to give in a proper uniformity of the society. He has tried to dilute the factors and he failed probably. Those things are there and it has to continue. That's why Rabindranath is having the different views on the nationalism and many other issues. His knowledge and wisdom was different. But keeping a very critical kind of society, cocktail kind of society, bringing uniformity for Rabindranath, again, he got into that kind of conflict. I talked about many times his view on nationalism and internationalism, his views on racism, his views of color and all those things. There is nothing concrete about the whole lot of things. That way, if I see the spiritual leaders like Swami Vivekananda or Subhash Chandra Bose, the freedom fighter, they have the clear-cut views on those things. Since I am not bringing them into this racism matter here, in present day, we talked about Mahatma Gandhi, we talked about Abraham Lincoln, we talked about Mahatma Gandhi. They are not very clear about whole lot of things. They have tried. It's a kind of an attempt. Everybody tries to attempt to clean up many things. It is not necessarily those things are executed. While coming for the execution part, I talked about the society. So there are many people that talked about this black and white racism abusing. So my purpose of telling all those things, in 21st century also it is the same thing what is happening in Bengal or many other parts of country. Some women or girls are very black, and everywhere globally they are being abused by their friends, class friends, sometimes by their office colleague, sometimes by their family members if somebody is black. And nowadays in open media, if they see that some black girls is this is what it is exactly happening. Black girls is acting good, but the kind of skin color she is holding probably. So people criticize all those things. Those are very bad element, and this is coming because our stereotype mentality. We are all qualified people. Sometimes it comes from the qualified people. Even qualified people, if you talk about the matrimonial and all those things, you write the fairness of this much fairness is required for the girls. Those are the criteria for selecting a girl for a mutual interest. That is the arranged marriage I'm talking about. Those things are very bad and it should be eliminated immediately. Those kind of words should not be used. So even all this fair and lovely advertisement, the kind of fairness, if you use the cream, so people are also getting money. I told you our society is very, very hypocritical about the whole lot of things. Even we have the science, knowledge and wisdom and everything to know that any cream is not able to make you a kind of a fair person. So it is not going to change the whole lot of things. Still, you try to impose something in society as if showing if you use those kind of creams is going to make you more fair. So people are changing tactfully from fair and lovely to glow and fair. Those are big companies I am talking about. Those are big advertisers, big advertisement people, are big minds are sitting. So what kind of knowledge and wisdom they are utilizing at the end of the day, that is what I want to know. Is it the way to promote? We talked about a small poor fellow probably. For him or her, fairness is something, skin color, might be giving his personal opinion while marrying. So everybody, even in animal world, birds also, they select their partner, whether it's going to select a fair or black. So birds might not be telling that I'm going to marry a fair or black one. That is their choice. But openly, the big, sometimes politicians, sometimes the big actor, I'm not telling, getting crores of rupees for the advertisement, for that matter, actress, they are branding all those things. I think probably we have some problem within the society. I told many times is a society is a hypocritical one. Whenever it suits you, probably you are going to speak on this thing. When it comes to your personal life, then whatever suits you, probably you are going to talk. If some money is there, for that matter, many advertisements, you know those are bad things probably. Till they promote it. So I told you, then what is the difference between Rabindranath, Mahatma Gandhi? See, if you practice something in personal level and you promote something different thing, there is not much difference fundamentally. If I take, we have not talked about Rabindranath and Mahatma Gandhi as a philosopher. We say it's a philosopher. If you take this as a profession, today somebody is writing a good novel about the good things. After many years, you say it's a philosopher, philosophy about it. Nobody has told somebody to reform the society. They have come on their own and they are trying to do it. This might be somebody's profession also. A writer can be today a kind of a writer can be a kind of a taking a profession writing good about the society. Maybe personal life is a bad person. So how do you differentiate between two things? My only contradiction over here in society, since things are happening, since are coming from a very intellectual people, they act in a different way. When their personal things are coming, they will act different way. When society is coming, they will act in a different way. When they want to marry, they want to have a girl is very fair, very nice looking, everything. They will take everything from bottom to top, analyzing all those things. Except nowadays they are also analyzing all those things, that what is going to happen with the next generation if they marry a fair girl, because they also believe the Mendelian principle. Even if you see a fair girl, probably whether this is coming from a good variety or not, they want to analyze that also. That options are available. My purpose of telling all those things are very simple. In media, somebody is going to police station making complaint about some media, some black girl is there criticized. So one need to see the who are the greater conspirator, from where this is coming. Catching a poor fellow, abusing. People are abusing many people. Nobody is leaving anybody. Sometimes people abuse himself or herself. So my question is very, very simple over here. Look, society is a very complex thing. The freedom of expression, whether somebody is criticizing somebody is a black, whether this is part of freedom of expression or not, I really do not know. When you are able to criticize your whole motherland like left and right, you can take any national leader left and right, or for that matter anybody you can take left and right, abuse and all those things. So somebody's skin color, whether somebody wants to take it or not, or somebody wants to consider many things very seriously, sometimes in society you ignore. I always believe something what you believe in personal life, one can practice it. I talked about in my vision of India, this India doesn't need a surname. Let's say another 30, 40 years, whoever is enrolling, abolish the surname part, only the first name and second name. Surname is not there. All those things, this casteism will be abolished another 40, 50 years, whoever next generation is going to come. So friends, there are many ways to think it. I am only thinking over here. Similar way, all political system, hundred of years they are thinking, all the philosopher also thinking, but there is no solution. Thus one has to give a solution. Let's say I talk about all those things. Black is very nice and beautiful. A black girl is coming to marry somebody, you appreciate something but you reject it. No, 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 that is not possible, because my son will be also very black, my daughter will be black. How can I? Because these things in subconscious mind, people think about all those things. If you marry a black girl, then what is going to happen to you or next generation? Because you have the allergy towards this black. So that allergy has to go. One is to read what is the real science. One is to see the mind. It's not the color that is what is more important. Until or unless those prejudice goes from your mind, so the same thing will be coming and repeating this. It's a matter of practice and believing something. What you believe it has to be practiced also. So you cannot be hypocritical writing a good thing about a whole lot of things, then you practicing something different. That is not good at all for me. Anything you do or anything you write in your life, at least something you should follow. That is what you will get better respect. So writing good things about goody about the whole thing, it doesn't help you. Friends, I talked about many things. I talked about communism also. Fidel Castro, people talk about Fidel Castro, a great leader. I talk about he's the worst leader. Why? Please read the histories. Talk about the woman. He treats women in a different way. The one night stand, many things, his illegal activities, accumulating money for illegal ways. He's a communist leader. Friends, every time I come back and say all those things, I have a different kind of say something to the society. A leader is a kind of a mouthpiece of the society. People follow them. Same thing, a philosopher, what they do in their personal life, people follow them. They himself having the own conflict, then how common people are going to follow them? I do not have any connections toward the Fidel Castro, for that matter, Raul Castro, but how I'm analyzing this person, right? What about their own country? You don't feel that people are having the rational thing to analyze any leader? It is very much there. It is very much there. So, friends, everybody knows the Cuban history. So, how Fidel Castro from a farmer's family is having billions of dollars accumulated, like how a communist leader can accumulate it, and he is the greatest womanizer that has been known to everybody. You might say that what is there to do with his personal life to his political life? Yes, it is there. It is very much there. One has to be very critical about the whole lot of things, because once you are in public domain, your both lives are cannot be separated from the whole lot of things. Otherwise, we do not have the moral right to talk about somebody a great leader. It is not. So, friends, what I am again trying to tell over here, this black and white, all those things are a very complex subject. It must be a personal choice. After 100, 200 years, there will be black and white. So, you want to see how things are mixing and what are the society probably. If you try to erase this casteism, the religion, all those things, trying to bring in a kind of a uniform platform, the new generation probably will be able to understand and respect each other. That is what is more important. Otherwise, talking has not got end solution to that. Talking, one day debated TV and bringing some intellectual, and in his family probably you will see they have followed with a big matrimonial, they need a fair girl and all those things. They have done their exercise. See, those things are very common in India. I know many families for that matter. So, friends, I am not getting into those complexity part. So I want to think in a different dimension, different way about, since I am analyzing, I was not very happy. People go to police station, somebody is telling somebody is black, somebody is abusing because somebody is black. What is to do with that part? Police might tell that you go, there is a beautiful lad is going on Fair and Lovely, and you use that, because those are things are available in the market. But we never go to that Fair and Lovely shop where people are selling in the name of fairness. We are not stopping them. So because we need money for all those things are there. Anyway, friends, probably I have spoken close to 30 minutes, all those things. So you have to change your mind setup. Your knowledge and wisdom, I talked about many times. Your university degree is not going to help you that you differentiate between black and white. That is there, that degree is there, you can have multiple degrees, but until or unless you exercise your knowledge and wisdom, actually imply in your personal life, you cannot change the society, you cannot change the mindset up. So charity should start from your doorstep, from your here, your knowledge and wisdom. Otherwise, it is not. After 200 years also same thing is going to happen, I can assure you this much. So friends, there might not be Facebook, there will be any other book, there will be good books. So people are writing in good books about the bad things. So the days are not very far off. Change the mindset up, the uniformity. See the animal world. Have you seen any time the animals are differentiated? A dog, somebody is trying to make relationship with one dog to another dog. The dog doesn't see somebody is black and white. So they have the natural selection. They believe in perfectly Mendelian principle. We humans are very, very complex. So because we are at the higher order. So higher order sometimes is creating problems. So friends, I am not even getting into more complexity. I'll come back to you in a different video. How the complex human minds are. It is not, it is a kind of a chronic, it's a kind of a cancer, the black, white, racism. So thank you very much once again for hearing this small video from my side. It is the dedicated to my video to my this Bengali little lady or girl, whatever you say. So she is fighting the battle for a particular serial. So I wish her that she should not fight, she should be silent. So fighting with this society, fighting with these people is kind of a waste of time, I believe. So I should not like to use my derogatory word. I only say this is a waste of time. It's a simple waste of time. Whatever your police station, probably you have spent little money to go to police station, even please don't do that. In life, you know how to ignore certain things. The day you are able to ignore certain things, everything will be fine. Ignore. Many things you can ignore it. There are many things are there available in the society. You don't pick up all those things. You ignore it. Even when it comes to your personal life. Thank you very much. We say that Krishna, Lord Krishna is also black. But for them, we have a lot of appreciations. But we never say, we have also Kali, which is Ram Krishna Dev's imagination of Kali. Kali is very famous, is black, but we worship them. So what kind of conflict, if you are able to respect Rama one way, you feel you want to have a husband like Rama, you want to have one husband like Lord Shiva, they are good character, but you don't like to have a person like a black Krishna Koli like girl for your own life. I do not understand that conflict. Will you, if Kali is coming today and putting advertisements, he wants to marry, any good person is going to send his CV that I want to marry you? How many of you can do that? So think over it. The day you are able to do that, probably you will be a perfect person at the end of the day. Otherwise, talking has got no meaning. But if you even don't marry but don't criticize somebody is black, it's a kind of a default. It is not her fault. Don't criticize somebody. If you do not like somebody, don't criticize. How she is affecting your personal life? Can you tell somebody, if I am black and white, how is it affecting somebody? Does it affect somebody? Does it bother the society whether she's taking something from the society or taking something from your own home? That what authority you have to criticize? Just I am telling, because since somebody is a Facebook user or many media user, they have the ability to write. Why don't you use your own brain and exercise your own wisdom, that whatever is happening, if same thing happens to your own family, your mother, your sister, your own daughter, if somebody is writing about the whole lot of things, what you are going to feel about the whole lot of things? Go to washroom and think over it. If you do not have a big house, you can close the washroom door, sit in toilet for some time, think over it, what garbage you are writing in the media. Nobody has given the authority to write, to criticize somebody. She is not coming to your house and talking about or begging something. If you don't like, probably you can ignore. You unfriend something, but you don't please criticize it. Society has to change at the end of the day. Otherwise, what is this hypocrisy is all about? I am a very kind of a strong critic of everything. So I am sorry if I have used very kind of a language which is not suited to me. I don't care for something. How much these things are going to be continued for this society? So this is enough. There's a limit for everything. One has to end at least, or one has to be silent at the end of the day. Are you going to change this black girl to a white girl? No, that is not possible. But see how intelligent that girl is. That is more important. What she is talking about, the whole lot of things, that is important. Otherwise, there is no point in talking if you are not thinking in a rational or dialectical way, analyzing certain things. It is of no use. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.